What's up guys, and welcome back to another video on this channel. This one is a bit special because my girlfriend went away for a couple of days on a business trip, and during that time I thought I'd surprise her with giving her car a full detail because, well, it's in desperate need of one. So without further ado, let's get right to it. Now, usually I like to put on the pre-cleaners on a dry surface on the car, but in this case there was just so much dust and caked on grime and dirt, so I decided to rinse it off with a pressure washer first. First thing I like to take care of are the wheels and the arches, and here you can see me dilute this dedicated wheel cleaner and iron remover 50-50 with distilled water. The reason for that is that I think this one is pretty concentrated, and 50-50 dilution gives me the cleaning power that I'm looking for. And then I also rinsed the underside of the car, and I absolutely love this undercarriage cleaner that I got from autodude.se. I can highly recommend that if you're looking for an effective way to clean the undercarriage. I then proceed with hitting the lower sections of the car with a petroleum-based tar remover to dissolve all of those stubborn tar spots. And immediately after that, I'm hitting the entire car with a diluted alkaline pre-cleaner. This really helps to dissolve all of those organically based ingrained contaminants. The icing on the cake is to cover everything with a nice blanket of snow foam. The last step regarding the chemical decontamination prior to the contact wash is to cover the entire paintwork with the iron dissolver. Already the paint feels relatively smooth, which just goes to show how important a chemical decontamination really is. The last step of the decontamination phase is to go over the entire paintwork with either a clay bar or a clay mitt. In this case I'm using a clay mitt because I just like that you can cover a really big surface area at once, so that's what I'm using right here. Once the car is fully dried, I inspect the entire paintwork, and actually it's in fairly good condition. There are a few scratches and blemishes here and there, so my plan of attack is to first take care of those trouble areas, and once that is taken care of, I'm gonna go over the entire paintwork with a fine polishing combination. So on these trouble areas I'm using my 3-inch polisher together with a harder polishing pad and Geon's Compound Plus. And for the more tighter areas I'm using my air-driven 2-incher. Unfortunately, these lower window trims were really scratched up. My theory is that the previous owner tried to hack away the ice with an ice scraper because they were totally messed up. But fortunately, I got them looking a lot better, far from perfect, but definitely better than they were before. Now it's time to hit the entire paintwork with a more delicate polishing combo, but before I go ahead and do that, I always like to wipe every panel down with a clean microfiber towel and some distilled water, just in case some dust or debris has landed on the paintwork. I'm hand polishing the more intricate areas just to bring up the shine a little bit more. Once the paintwork has been enhanced and inspected for one last time, it's finally time to protect it with a proper ceramic coating. It's actually the first time I'm trying out this particular coating from Geon, which recently has been updated, by the way. And what I can say is that it's very easy to use. It has really good self-leveling properties. It's really easy to buff off. The one thing that I noticed though was that it has little to no rainbow effect when it's flashing. But you could just go ahead and wipe it off immediately after you put it on. So I usually start to wipe it off where I began to apply it. Another thing regarding the user experience is the scent. Some ceramic coatings out there has a really strong chemical smell, but that was definitely not the case with this one. With the car being fully protected now with the ceramic coating, it's time to shift focus to the windows. For the outside, I actually just prefer to use a ceramic detailer to wipe them clean. That seems to work really good as a glass cleaner. Also, it leaves behind a pretty decent protection and water repellency. And for the inside of the windows, I'm using a classic glass cleaner. And some plastic dressing for the matte black plastic trim. Before I go ahead and drop the car on the ground and start with the interior, it's time to replace the winter tires to the summer wheels. And of course, I gave the summer wheels a really thorough clean and also protected them with Geon's rim coating. I'm just putting them on with the lowest torque setting on the impact gun. Final torquing will be done with a torque wrench when the car is on the ground. So we got the new summer wheels on, torqued up and filled up with air. The exterior is finally done. It looks pretty amazing, if I may say so myself. But we still have the interior left to do. So let me just change to a fresh new set of work clothes and let's begin with the interior. Although you can see me clean these rubber floor mats, they won't go back into the car, and the reason for that is, well, because it's summertime and that means it's time for fabric floor mats. that pretty much sums up the interior, and my girlfriend is finally back home from her business trip. But before we go ahead and present her with the car and she drives off with it, the last thing I'm gonna do is to protect the paintwork with Geon's Cure. Mostly just to protect it from water spots and the rain during the first couple of weeks, so that the ceramic coating can harden fully.
Vilken pärla! Kolla den här så. Ny bil. Gud vad fin. Sjukt bra jobbat. Tack snälla.
Varsågod.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I really enjoyed making it, that's for sure. And if you guys enjoyed watching it, please feel free to subscribe if you haven't, like the video, and maybe drop a comment down below. And until next one, have a really good one, guys. See you then. Bye.